We are now in South Georgia. We've landed ourselves in a small rural town known as Leesburg. It was about 4 decades ago where a young boy by the name of Thomas Luther was struck by a vehicle while he was in the 2nd grade. Now, we don't know the details of the accident, but we do know that he survived.
Just about a decade later, that same young man was working here at this peanut plant right behind us. A trailer, a large trailer, was sitting kind of up on the top of a hill somewhere back in that general direction over there. He was working on another trailer down toward the lower end of the hill. Now, that trailer up at the top of the hill got loose and started heading right towards Thomas Luther. Another one of the workers was standing off in the distance. He began screaming, "Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there!" Thomas got out of there. He looked back just in time to watch the two trailers collide together. He might have died in that incident or been badly injured, and then none of us would have ever heard of country music superstar Luke Bryan. That's
Luke
right.
Bryan!
Thomas Luther Bryan was his birth name. We're not sure why he went by a shortened version of his middle name of Luther, but it could be because his father was actually named Tommy Bryan, so they might not have wanted to confuse the two. Anyway, we're in Luke Bryan's hometown. This is his father's peanut farm, peanut factory, whatever they call it. His father still owns it. His father still lives here. His childhood home is still here. His father lives in the childhood home. We're gonna go by and take a look at that. We're gonna see his high school. We're gonna see a bar he used to play at. Lots of cool stuff. We love Luke Bryan. Matter of fact, one of our first dates was 2 nights in a row to see Luke Bryan. Awesome, right?
Very awesome.
Best
Perfect.
concert. Yeah. We cordially invite you to come along for the adventure.
Come along. Welcome to Lee County, home of Luke Bryan, Buster Posey, Carly Mathis, and Philip Phillips. We're now making our way on over to Luke's childhood home. You know what? I guess one year he got a karaoke set with his brother Chris. However, Mama said that Chris wasn't so good, but he really enjoyed doing it. Now Luke, on the other hand, well, you know Luke, he rocked it.
He was a natural entertainer, even as a child, and he apparently loved this karaoke machine, loved performing for family and friends inside this house, in the living room of this house. He would put on his little shows in there. Also, he said when he first started performing out in public in actual bands, he didn't have a PA system. He actually took this little karaoke machine that he'd gotten for Christmas, and he sang out of it. He said you couldn't really hear his singing too well at these concerts. It wasn't really working too well. So, at a later Christmas, he made a new request. How about a PA system so that I can actually perform properly at these shows? Let's take a look right now. We're here, Luke Bryan's childhood home, where apparently his father, Tommy, still lives. Here we go. And there it is, Luke's childhood home. There's a picture, we're gonna see if we can round it up online, of the 3 kids, Luke and his sister Kelly, along with his brother Chris, all sitting on the front steps of this porch right over here. Taken right in that spot there.
Here's the picture Chris was talking about of Luke with his older siblings, Chris and Kelly.
Luke's childhood home. I wonder, did he write any songs? I'm sure he did. What songs did he write in this house right here? Probably none of the hits, you know, because he didn't really start writing those till he got to Nashville. Heather's taking some photographs now for our Instagram page. If you're not following us, please do. McAndrew Travels on Instagram, McAndrew Travels on Twitter. A little self-promotion at Luke Bryan's house. There it is.
We are now at the former location of Rubo's. Used to be an IGA supermarket where Luke had his first job.
Right here, his parents wanted him to learn the value of hard work, the value of $1 at a very young age. Luke says between the ages of 12 and 13, forget child labor laws, they didn't care about any of that stuff right here. And he was paid under the table to work here between the ages of 12 and 13 every Monday and Tuesday. During the summer, he would work here, cleaning up the produce, peeling the brown off of the lettuce, and stocking the shelves. After working here for a while, he decided he wanted to try something else out. At that point, he left here and went to work at the local Kmart. Actually, that one was a little bit of ways away from here in Albany, Georgia, about a 10-minute drive or so from here. He worked there for a while, realized he didn't want to do the driving anymore, so he came right back here to Rubos and started working here again.
Want to know something pretty exciting? This building right here is right next to Luke Bryan's father's farm, and it was known as All Pro Sports Bar and Grill.
Luke Bryan actually played here many times. According to one of the locals here, that person said that he would pack the place out. Now, that might not be really hard to do, to pack the place out, but it was probably really cool anyway. Back then, the place is relatively small, and it's definitely seen better days. The words All Pro are still emblazoned on the building, and we see the overhang is in a bit of disrepair. However, this building is currently for sale, so if you want to own a piece of Luke Bryan history, here's your chance. Let's run up here and try to take a little peek inside the former All Pro building. Looks like this would have been the kitchen area for All Pro.
Right here is First Baptist Church, which is where Luke and his family attended when he was growing up.
Yeah, he actually sang in the choir here at the church. That would have been pretty cool to see. I wonder if he was good as a child in the choir, or if he was loud and obnoxious. I wonder what kind of kid he was. He seems like the type that would have gotten in trouble some as a child, just because he's loud and rambunctious and likes to party. Who knows?
Very outgoing.
Very outgoing. Those types do tend to get in trouble some, as someone in this camera shot right now knows all about. Oh, they're not in the camera shot anymore. Oh, they're back. Loudness and wildness in school and at church doesn't always work too well as a kid. But you weren't loud and wild at church, were you?
No.
Okay, good. Not too much. All right, we're leaving First Baptist Church, and we're going to see some more of Leesburg.
Yeah, go. After working at Rubos, Kmart, then back at Rubos, Luke landed here at his father's peanut farm, worked with him for a while, and you know what? He could have pursued his career doing that, but he decided to do something different.
He had bigger dreams, bigger things he wanted to do with his life, and at the age of 19 years old, he rented a place. He had a place all picked out. I guess he'd put the down payment down, the deposit. He was ready. He was ready to move to Nashville. He was going to be a country music songwriter. And of course, he hoped eventually to be a country music singer. But that all got put on pause. And unfortunately, when he was 19, his brother was just 26 years old. His brother, Chris, died in a car accident. Let's head over to the funeral home right now. Take one last look at Luke Bryan's childhood home as we make our way to the cemetery. Luke said in regards to the death of his brother, "Man, I've had a billion emotions around all that. You never quite get over it. But I do believe that when my brother was born, God allocated him 26 years. It was his time."
His wife Caroline said, "Our family thing is, you can take two paths in life, one of being bitter and angry, or one of I'm going to find happiness in this and make the best of something that's horrible."
Luke also said, "I think with everything that's happened in my family, I just have to lean on my faith and my understanding that God has a plan for all of us. We just wake up every day and do our best. I'll get down in the dumps and then I'll meet a Make-A-Wish kid and I'll ask myself, what are you complaining about? You just have to keep your faith strong and rock on."
We're now at Leesburg Cemetery, where Luke's brother is buried.
after his brother died, Luke decided to cancel that apartment that he had all set up in Nashville. His mom said, "You just need to be home right now." And Luke felt the same way. He decided to stay home. He went off to college at Georgia Southern. It was there where he did meet his wife, so there was some good that came out of it from that angle. But we're walking up to his brother's grave right now. Let's take a look.
First, here's Luke's grandfather's grave. Hugh Thomas Bryan Sr.
Papa.
He was an engineer and a firefighter.
June 8, 1917. Is that right? 8th?
Yep.
February 27th, 2009. Our father, our grandfather, and everyone's friend, we love you. Right next to that is his grandmother,
Vivian Kelly Bryan.
Tucci. January the 11th, 1916, August 16th, 2000.
Our mother, our grandmother, our friend, we love you.
And this whole thing here is the Bryan family plot. You see the empty spaces? Quite possibly for his mother, father, maybe for even him, we're not sure. But there are a lot of empty spaces here in the Bryan lot. Here is the grave of his brother.
Right there we have a fawn laying down.
Christopher D. Bryan, Chris, April 5th, 1970, October 27th, 1996.
Our son, our brother, our friend, we love you.
Luke said that his brother, Chris, loved country music. From the looks of things, with all the deer here, it would seem that he probably enjoyed hunting, just like Luke did. Luke said they were a family that grew up definitely in the country boys and girls, and they loved to hunt and fish. And you see a ball back there, looks like a softball, perhaps from a sport he played. Now we're gonna walk right over here and take a look at the graves for Cheshire, or Cheshire. This is Luke's sister. In April of 2007, Luke Bryan played his first ever show at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. His sister came, and he says he would have not known that at the time, of course, that would be the final photo he would ever take with his sister, because just the next month in May 8th of 2007, Kelly passed away at her home. Apparently, one of their kids was there at the time. She died in the house, and they performed multiple autopsies, Luke says, and still have not determined a cause of death.
Loving daughter, wife, mother, sister, and friend to all, we love you.
Mama, love Chris, 2012. Happy birthday, Mama. Jordan. Till, 2012, to Mama. Butterfly. Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. And sadly, just 7 years later, Kelly's husband, Luke's brother-in-law, Ben Lee Cheshire, passed away on November 29th, 2014 of a heart attack. You can see that he probably loved hunting as well. Lee to the moon and back.
Loving husband, father, brother, and friend to all, we love you to the moon and back.
Of course, Luke has the song, Love You to the Moon and Back. So when Ben passed away, the kids no longer had a parent, so Luke decided to take all the kids in, and he treats them as his own to this day.
We're now at Lee County High School, which is where Luke Bryan used to attend high school.
Yeah, right here behind us. I'm sure there's got to be some cool Luke Bryan stuff in there. What you think?
I think, oh yeah. And you know what? We maybe would have been able to check it out, but today's Sunday. But you know what? We were able to check out the high school. Well, wait, it was elementary school where
It was a high school.
Jason Aldean went to school. We got to check out the auditorium. So you can check that out in the link we have below.
Our Jason Aldean video. And they're, of course, great friends, Luke and Jason. At any rate, this is his high school. He was involved in all kinds of stuff when he was in high school. He was in drama. He was a lead role in several plays. I think Annie Get Your Gun was one of those plays. And his high school teacher said he showed a lot of that talent in high school. Apparently, he did just a fantastic job acting in these plays, to the point where some people were even suggesting to him that he should go to Broadway. He should be in actual musical theater for a career. Of course, he went a different direction, as we all know. He was also involved in a lot of sports here at Lee County High School.
We have now made our way on over to Concrete Enterprises, which is where, well, this is where Luke Bryan and his friend Jason Wiggins own this place.
Yeah, they bought it. It had been open. It's been open for more than 40 years. I think they bought it somewhere around, what was it, 10 years ago or something like that. Anyway, they bought it relatively recently. And they actually have a total of 5 locations throughout the state of Georgia. Who knows? Maybe they're going to expand some more. Look at this, though. That's some nice stuff in here. Outdoor fireplaces. Looks pretty neat. Nice looking building, too.
Let's go roast some s'mores.
Yeah. Luke Bryan, man, he is, okay. So of all the concerts you've ever seen, is he number one?
Oh yeah, by far.
Now, one of our first dates, of course, we said this earlier, but we saw him 2 nights in a row. He was actually playing 3 in a row, but Heather had to get back to Michigan, where she's from at the time. So we couldn't stay around for the third one. We would have, though. 2 nights in a row, though, and it was just incredible. We can't wait to see him again. Probably my favorite live show as well. The guy just knows how to entertain on the stage. He doesn't just stand there at the microphone and sing. He's all over the stage. He's dancing and shaking. Just a crazy live show. If you haven't seen him yet, be sure to. And also be sure to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you can come along with us on future adventures.
Come along.